Oh dear. Oh god, not looking good here. No, I think we've proper jossed it now. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and to this update video. What's been going on here at the car pitch here in Crewe in Cheshire? Well, it's been a busy old week again. I wouldn't say it's been the busiest week we've had, but it was okay. We've done a few sales, got a few out the door, but crucially we've been getting a lot of stuff that's previously sold from the week before out as well. They've sold and gone. They've gone out the door. That's great news for us, money in the bank. And so far it's been an okay week. So I'm pretty pleased with it. Saturday today when I filmed this, we've had a pretty quiet day for a Saturday in fairness, but the rest of the week's been okay. So like I said, we've got a few cars sold, which I'll show you in a sec. We've got now a lull period where we're going to get some stuff on the pitch that's not ready, sort of a waiting prep if you like, get them in, get them finished off so we can get some proper test drives going on, and also get some stuff that's ready to go on the pitch in the workshop and finished off as well. So that's what the process is going to be next week, rushing around trying to get stuff done. Need to get rid of a few of these part exchanges as well that have come in, some stuff that's really not ready for retail. So I need to get my head together and get them traded on, or maybe get them off to the auctions. But let me show you around what's been going on. I can see what's coming in, what part exchanges we got, what's sold as well. Let me show you around the pitch. Okay, we step out. First thing you'll notice, same with the last video with the old Corsas, still here, the little part exchange swapper, little 300 quidder. Haven't got round to that, that's a job for this week. We'll have a proper look at that, weigh up what to do with it. I don't think it's going to be good enough for the pitch, to be honest with you. It's a little bit scruffy in places, it's failed its MOT, it's got a noisy chain, would you believe, typical Corsa, big miles on it, I don't know. We'll have a look at it. Maybe I might change my mind, but I'm not really too fussed about that one at the moment. It's just a cheapie, can't really lose on it at 300 quid. We'll get our money back on it all day long. However, this Corsa, I'm excited about. You've seen this last time on one of the update videos, 2006 plate Corsa, nothing special about it, you think it's an old Corsa. However, this is the one, guys, that's got 39,000 miles on it. Old boys had it, stopped driving, 39k. And if you remember, it had a bit of a running issue. Basically, it run mint for about 2 minutes, and then as soon as it come off sort of a cold start, I call it, or you used to call it choking the day, basically when it come off that sort of initial start up, cold starting, it was sort of misfiring and sort of going running a bit rough and lumpy. We tried the usual things on it, we tried the usual suspects, the coil packs and stuff. Didn't think it was that, to be fair, but we changed it anyway just to see. We had a test one we keep, didn't solve the problem, so we switched it back. We tried a throttle body on it. Someone suggested from next door, try a throttle body. They've done a few on it. Put that on, made no difference whatsoever. That didn't solve that problem either. So we're sort of scratching our heads a bit. Anyway, long story short of it, I actually managed to get a guy who was sort of mentioned in conversation. He came round and went, I know what it is, one of the garages around the corner, and fixed it for us for 20 quid. And basically, all it was a lambda sensor. It was a lambda sensor fault. Someone had put a lambda sensor in it, and for whatever reason, it just wasn't working right. Reset the parameters on it, and it worked. I've never seen that happen before. I've never come across that. I've heard it on certain cars, particularly Mercedes. I've had an issue with one of those years ago, which sort of threw me a bit, because it's usually you just plug them in and away they go. But for whatever reason, it's wanted to reset the parameters, and now it runs mint. Been out in it, I've driven it, and it drives absolutely spot on. We've got no issues now. It's running absolutely perfectly. So, brilliant result. Again, just goes to show, you've been doing this for years, you learn something new every day. Old car like that, I thought I knew everything about these courses. There's something I've learned again. So, like I say, you're always learning in this game. But like I said, now, only thing we've got left to do with this is it wants a chain on it. It has got a really noisy chain. I wouldn't say it's horrendous, but it's got that usual rattle you get on start up, and then goes quiet. But when it gets really warm, it starts to rattle a bit more. Typical Corsa, it wants a timing chain. Obviously, 39,000 miles. We're going to put a chain on it. We'd put a chain on it anyway. We will be putting one on a car that's 39,000 miles because it's a proper thing. Once had a wash and it's all been polished up, you just know it's going to come up and be a proper car. Where do you value that at? Well, we talked about this briefly last time. It's probably 2,200 quid, somewhere around there. I will do a proper bit of research on it and go on Auto Trader, see what I can stick it at. I'm not trying to milk every penny out of it. That's not what I'm about. You know, most people try, but maybe say that's 2.5 grand. I'm not trying to get every penny out of stuff. You know, I stick it at sort of in the road, in the middle, if you like. Just price it accordingly. Everything sells. I don't want to overprice it. I know it's got low miles, but there will be a guy out there for this. Maybe not someone local, because it just won't look value against a 11 plate one we've got on sale at the same money. But for someone who wants a low mileage Corsa, that's the car. So we'll see how we go with that. Like I said, at the moment, it stands us at about 600-700 quid, somewhere around about 700 quid I think so far, maybe slightly over. Chuck a chain on it, We're not doing the chain in-house, we're too busy, so we're going to get in the guys around the corner to do that. That's going in Thursday to be done. Time it's been MOT'd, prepped through the workshop. It's probably going to lower us less than £1,000. So we've got a nice amount of cash in it, and you can send that out in confidence, knowing that you're not going to have too many issues. Anyway, that's the Corsa, resolved. I'm pleased with that. What have we got going on in the workshop? Well, it's a bit dark in here, guys, but I'll try and show you around. Focus is on the ramp, the Zetec S Focus, the 1.6 petrol one. Lovely car, that. Bought that from Pre's Motor Auction a few months ago. Had a bit of a ding in the back, if you remember. Anyway, sold this week. That sold on maybe Monday or Tuesday. A woman's come in, she's had a cam belt snap on a car, on a Citroen, and she needs a new car. She's fell in love with that straight away. Don't blame her, it's an absolutely stunning thing. And it's the 1.6, like you said. Most of these I've ever come across are 1.8 petrols, and they're just difficult to sell because they're not quick, and the tax is dear on them, and they're not very economical. So really, I either want a diesel one, or I want a 1.6 petrol. That's why I bought that car. Even though it was damaged, we got it fixed and painted up. Absolutely come up smooth, superb, lovely car. And like I said, it's gone out the door. I think it got $32.95 for it. Like I said, it's getting out. It's just had a spring on it as well. Noticed a broken spring right at the bottom. We missed on the pre-check, but we found it on the PDI check. So just goes to show, you know, checking things twice. Changed an arm on it as well. A little bit of play in the bush. Probably would have gone for an MOT with the advisory on the bush, to be fair. But for how cheap they are, just buy an arm. You can get an arm to these for like 30 quid. It's not worth messing about. Put an arm on it, serviced it. It's already had a belt previously done, so we need to worry about that side of it. It's just ready to roll. It's a nice thing, decent tyres and good brakes on it, so luckily they've been done before. So yeah, pleased with that. That's going out. Can't remember what it stands me at. Roughly, I'd guess it's probably owes around 2,100 quid. We've got a couple hundred quid's worth of paint, or 300 quid's worth of paint. So to get a second-hand tailgate for it. A few bits and bobs. Yeah, it's probably around 2150, and we've got an MOT as well. You know, so we've got a nice margin in it. But in fairness, that was a scruffy car when it came in. We've done a lot of work to that. You know, you don't always get that margin out of cars, but when you're doing that amount of work, you probably expect that, to be fair. And obviously you got to stand by it as well, guys. Remember that you got a 3-month warranty on that car. So you know, if that goes wrong, we're sorting it out. So that's another positive for this week. Like I said, I'm pleased that's going out. Nissan notes on the ramp, just a little cheapy auto we've had come in. Drives very well, that. Just wants a few little bits on it, mainly a top mount. So we're going to fit that on Monday. We just started the process of taking that off, get it serviced, do an auto box service on it, and then we'll get that out on the pitch as well, clean it up, see where we go. Just a little cheapy, probably going to be a 1995 car. It's not done many miles, that. I think it's only done 60,000 miles. I wouldn't say it looks like 60,000 mile car at the moment, because it definitely wants a clean. The wheels are scruffy, so I might do them. And also, there's a bit on the bottom of the door, which I probably will just touch in myself. I'm probably not going to paint it, because I just don't think it's worth doing. I don't think we'll get the extra benefit from it. As in, it'll probably cost us 150 quid to have it painted and sorted out. But we'll probably get 2,200 quid for it. It's probably just worth just sticking it up as it is. It'll probably make a car, actually. We'll see how it looks like. I'll show you again in another update what it turned out like. But it will make a car. Lights want polishing up as well. They're a bit scruffy. But it's a cheap auto. Doesn't matter, guys. A 60,000 mile cheap auto for someone that's been serviced, an auto box, fresh ticket on it. It's just going to go out the door, and it's just going to sell without any shadow of a doubt. Just quickly show you. Sorry for the light, guys. I know the light will be flashing on this now. New wheel balancer, just quickly showing the back room really. It's a bit dismal down here. But yeah, we've got ourselves a new wheel balancer. Hit me in the pocket. Now, if you remember, we actually had a wheel balancer in here already. So the last landlord, my landlord, should I say, my last landlord, the landlord, he left the time machine and balancer, which was great. Saved me a packet really. However, we couldn't get to grips with the balancer. We asked the lad next door how to use it. Even he didn't know, and he's been here for years. So it was a bit of a witchcraft balancer. We did have a go at getting it working. Sort of worked a couple of times, and then just like randomly throw out weights and stuff, and just wasn't working right and calculating right. I think there's actually something wrong with the machine. It wasn't that old, to be honest, or it certainly didn't look that old. But yeah, no matter what we tried of it, read the manual, back to front cover, it wasn't working. So we decided to bite the bullet, got myself a new balancer. Automatech, dealt with them for years. They're actually not a million miles away from us, actually. They're in Shropshire, we're in Cheshire. But they offer really decent garage equipment. Basic stuff. I'm not trying to make out that this is top of the range stuff. It isn't. But there are stuff out there that's budget and really good. And Automatech stuff is that. I've had loads of their stuff over the years. Time machines, ramps, balancers, everything. Presses. And they're all brilliant. All decent stuff. And it's all imported stuff, you know, and it's not made in Britain. You know, it's all from the Far East. It's all from China. Let's be realistic. But there is good stuff out there. I had last one in our garage. It's still there. I mean, we sold it with the business. It was there 7 years. Didn't miss a beat. So I thought, sod it, I'll buy a new one. I mean, it was dearer than what I paid for it. It was about, I think I gave about 500 quid for it 7 years ago. They're about 750 now, you know, with inflation and all that. Has improved slightly. It's got a few little modifications on it, which is great, which is actually really helpful. So again, improving the quality of the stuff as well. But if that had been an Italian machine, which would have been, all right, it might have looked a bit better, and it may have been a bit more sophisticated, would have been twice the price. I'm telling you, it won't last as long. But anyway, shan't bore you anymore with that. What have we got going on the pitch? Well, we've got big gaps. We've got big gaps. I'm not liking this because we haven't got stock with boards in. That's no good. We've got a few jobs here as well that have just been left with completed, a few workshop jobs, which really I didn't really want to be doing, but that's the way it's been at the moment. I forgot to be honest with you, a couple of jobs that I forgot to cancel, but we've had to get them done, which is sort of not helped this week in getting stuff prepped and through. Shan't make that mistake next week. We've had the IGO back from the paint man. This was in the corner, come back from paint. If you remember right, if you remember this one, guys, it had a bit of a screw up down here actually, and now it's actually come up absolutely superb. Beautiful job he's done. He's blown it right into the quarter. Nice job. He also managed to convince me to do the front as well. Had a bit of lacquer peel here, so we had that done as well, which was a very good sales tactic from my paint man. But yeah, I mean, in fairness, I'm glad I did it because it's made the car look really, really fresh. A nice thing. I've just cleaned it today. I've cleaned it myself. I thought, you know what, it's Saturday. I've not got a lot on. I'll save 50 quid and do it myself. So I've just done the first clean on it. It probably wants another quick going over on the plastics because it was really dirty, but it has come up really well. It smells beautiful in there. Absolutely beautiful. So there we go. It is a nice bright thing. 2,250 quid I've stuck it up for. It's done about, I think it's done 110 thou. So it's a little bit up on the miles, but it's priced about right. It's a very bright thing. It is a 5-door, which does make a difference. It's easier to get rid of a 5-door than it is a 3-door, especially in these IGOs. I've always done better with the 5 doors, and it's a nice bright colour. The Toyotas always seem to do better money than the Citroen C1s. I don't know why, because of the same car, same as the 107, but people's perception of the Toyota Aygo is, oh, it's a Toyota, it's more reliable. It's the same car, it doesn't make any difference. But the book price always seems to be more on the Aygo for whatever reason. Anyway, nice bright car, nice thing. Not a lot of money in it, if I'm honest with you, because I probably paid 150 quid too much at auction for it. Then obviously I didn't get the paint situation right. We had an issue with the paint because they pictured it and left off the screw up that was on this side, so that cost us money, which we weren't sort of budgeting in, and a few other little bits as well we're gonna have to do to it. So it was not a lot in that, to be honest with you. I think if we walked away with that screen price 2250, you're probably lucky if we get 550 quid profit out of it. I'm not trying to sound like a greedy dealer, but you know, when you're going to stand in on a car that can be for months in some cases, it's not a great deal of money in them. But in fairness, they are reliable. They don't really go wrong. I've never had any issues with them other than just general prep stuff. You know, you're going to send them out right, they're usually okay. They are a decent enough car. You're not going to worry about that coming back. So you don't mind taking a little bit less money on a car like that if it's really reliable. A chance of going back are very slim. But like I said, it'd be nice if it'd been a bit more out of that, to be honest with you. But I overpaid in the first place and obviously got the paint situation wrong. But there you go, that's how it works. But we'll start losing money on it. We shall keep our trousers on, that's the main thing. Latest purchase, guys, this little Volkswagen Polo. This is done 60,000 miles. Bought this off a dealer. He took it in swap. Looking very scruffy when I picked it up, to be fair. It's been valeted. Had a bit of paint done as well on it. It had a couple of marks on one side. They've been done. It's come up really, really nice. Like I said, it's up for 2,995. It's a 1.2 petrol, 5-door again, which is absolutely spot on. That's what I want. I want 5 doors. Nice colour. It's a Polo match. It's done 61,000 miles, sorry. But a nice, clean thing. Like I said, it's just come back from the valeters. Smelling like roses in there. Alloys on it, lecky windows. It's just a Polo match. It's what you want. It's just a nice thing. 09 plate. I don't think that's a bad price car, to be honest with you. They don't always look value, Volkswagens, against other models. If it's, you know, similar models, you compare that to a Corsa, the similar age, 09 Corsa. Corsa probably be 2,200 quid. Maybe not with 60,000 miles, or maybe more like 2.5 grand. But the book price on that, would you believe, on Auto Trader was trying to suggest something like 34.95, which I thought was a bit steep. I found some around that sort of level at 3 grand. Only a few, but there were a few around that sort of level. So I thought it was only fair to put it on at that amount. We said we didn't pay a great deal for it. We paid 1,200, I think we paid for that, but we have spent some money on paint, a few £100 on paint, I'll be honest with you, but it has come up really well. It says that we've got stuff to do on it. It's having shockers on it. Usually the rear shockers are shite on these, so I always change them anyway, and they're dead cheap to do. One of the front ones isn't great, but I'll probably just change the pair, because if you're going to having 3 shockers on it, what's the point of leaving one on? So we might as well buy a set of shockers, do all the suspension, just change them. Same with the bushes, they always go wrong on them. I'll just change them because they're dead cheap to do. So we're going to redo the suspension on it, so don't think we're going to make as much as you think out of it. It's, you know, we're probably spending 600-700 quid in prep on it, so you've got to take that into consideration. And again, you've got to stand by it, 3-month warranty and all that. It's a 1.2 petrol, so we've got to service it as well. Are we doing a chain on that? Can't remember. Can't remember off the top of my head, but if it needs doing, we'll do it. Usually they do need doing on these, but we'll send it out. Right, anyway, behind that as well, another one that's come in, a little Focus. Again, low mileage cars this week. I've just got loads of low mileage stuff coming. 50,000 miles. That's done. One owner from new. It was a Ford demo car, then a woman had it, and then she just gave up driving. 50,000 miles, one owner car, beautiful. Again, it's a nice thing actually, and I quite like the colour of it. I'm not quite sure what that colour is. I used to know what this colour was, but I wouldn't want to guess now. I don't think it's Teutonic blue. Probably isn't. 1.8 petrol, which is a shame. I referred to it as a 1.6, but you can't have everything, can you? Clean inside, come back from the valeters, you know, there's mini valet on it. Like I said, it's go out of a service and that. Nice bright thing, alloys on it. Like I said, it's just a shame it's the 1.8. But you know, some people will prefer the 1.8. You know, it's pretty nippy. It's got a bit of guts in it. But it'd just been a bit easier if it was a 1.6 petrol, than being brutally honest. But it won't stop it. Someone's going to come in and see a Focus, they'll buy that. In fact, I actually think this came in the day after that silver Zetec S went out the door. So this came in the day after. So I think if that been here at the same time, the woman who bought the Zetec S probably would have bought that. Which, you know, I mean, doesn't matter which one sells in the end, but I think she probably would have bought that because she just wanted a Focus, and I think someone like that would just come and buy it. 50,000 miles on, someone's going to buy that car, let's be realistic. What we got going on over here? Well, you can see the old Focus EcoBoost is here. I've had a few people on that this week, a few doors open on it. For those of you who haven't checked out the video for that, you can check it out in the description for the Ford Focus. We are going on with this. We are going to do a video when it sells. We're showing us going through the workshop and showing you the problems that can develop on this. I'm going to sort of get some of those preventional things sorted on it, but we'll do that in a part 2. But it's superb. I took it down the road the other day again, just make sure it's all right and singing and dancing fine, and it's driving absolutely perfect. Just give it a wash over before. I'm just going to get some touch up for it this week and just touch up a few little tiny bits on it, just a little few pepper bit stone chips on the front, nothing major. You can probably just notice them there, just touch them in a bit just to smarten it up. But we're having people on it, people are coming in, mainly young lads, strangely. I don't know what it is, they all seem to think they're going to get insurance on these 1 litres because they just assume 1 litre, oh, it'll be cheap insurance, but the turbocharged, and I don't know, I'm a bit sceptical. I mean, are young lads getting insured on these? I can't see it, to be honest, but you know, we're getting doors open, that's the main thing. If you're getting doors open, eventually you're going to sell it. Very bright KA on the go there, 24.95, that's up and ready. Again, good on the miles, 70k, nice thing, drives on the button, drives well, history on it, pleased with that. People sniffing around that already. The Fiat, we had development on that. That's now sort of going in the workshop next week to get finished off. Some shockers and stuff on it. That's now on the button now, running right, so I'm pleased with that. We've had a few bits touched in it. Just wants a little bit more time spent on it this week just to get it right. Again, 64 plate, done about 99 or 100 thou. 32.95 though, it's incredible value and quite a rare colour actually. I had a look on Auto Trade, I could only find about 5 or 6 of that, sort of that era in the whole country for sale in that colour. So it is a nice colour for that car. But yeah, that will sell that. We've already had a test drive on it, and we've got someone coming again on Monday to have another test drive on it as well, who's been to see it in the week but couldn't get a test drive organised. And finally, Part X Corner, what have we got going on here? Well, all sorts. We've got this BM that's come in. This came in Part X to a Kia Rio, would you believe? 08 plate Kia Rio I had in, which was again was a part exchange, which I went on with. 08 plate, had about 11 months MOT on it. I unfortunately haven't got any footage of it, but it was a bright old thing. It wasn't as nice as the 11 plate one we've seen on the channel recently, but it was okay. 11, you know, it was 08 plate, had 11 months ticket, done about 80,000. Anyway, a local couple come over from Zimbabwe. She's a nurse. She's come over here on a work visa. Anyway, she got an auto. even though she could drive a manual. But this BM was appalling, should we say. So her and her husband just decided that to just basically just get a manual, and they just paid 1,500 quid for that about 3 weeks ago. And they've driven down the road in it. It's stuck in limp mode. It's got a starting issue, which we need to have a look at. It's just not great, if I'm honest with you. It's a shame because it's only done 90,000 miles, 2 litres of petrol, but it just doesn't run right. I haven't been down the road in it, but I've just been back into here in it. It's not great. It's a shame because it probably could make a car for someone on an 05. It wants a polish. It's like, well, it looks like it's got polish on it, but then no one's bothered to take it off. It's rather strange, but it's in silver. It's not a bad thing. It wants a valet, doesn't it? Cream inside. Ugh. Not a big fan of cream leather. Saying that, I've got it in my car. It's okay, but it's an automatic BMW. It's daft as it sounds. If that was in right running order, that's probably a £2,000 car. Even though it's a 2 litre petrol auto, doesn't matter, because you can't buy autos for less than a couple of grand, not ones that are running right. And with 90k on it, it's quite low for a BMW of that year. So it probably wants a little bit of love and attention on it. It certainly wants an hour of my time trying to work out why it's not starting. In fact, I think that's a good opportunity to have a look at this car in more depth. So let me go and grab my new machine, my new toy, show you that, and also see if we can try and work out what's going on with this car. I can show you in more detail what the issue might be. Right, got the key. Oh, got battery life in it at least. It's been here for about a week, so I thought it might be dead. Like I said, it wants a bloody good valet, but it's not too bad actually. If you can just look past the dirt, it's actually quite clean in there underneath all that crap. It just wants a bit of love and attention, but we're not even going to contemplate that until we actually get this thing running right. Let me show you what I mean first. So it's got one of these daft blooming key fob things. So if I try and start this now, the old start button, no joy. It'll cut out after a few seconds because they've got an auto stop on them. Try again. Eventually it should go. Oh, I thought we were in luck then. Oh dear. Oh god, not looking good here. No, I think we've proper jossed it now. No. Whoa, there we go, eventually. Right, we're up and running. About, what was that, 6-7 attempts. We've got an old cogwheel going there, which is a transmission issue. So we need to look at that. We've also got an engine management light on, that's a traction light on. That's probably down to do with the Autobox problem, to be fair, so ignore that. But this is an issue, and the engine management light's an issue, and the fact that it's not starting is an issue. Because even if we want to get rid of this car, send it to an auction, stuff like that, it's not ideal that it's not going to start. It's going to cause a problem, people going through the auction. We just, you know, if I'm going to trade it on, traders are going to be worried about the fact it's not starting. Is it going to get them home? Even if someone wants to try and fix it themselves. I mean, the car owes £350, so I'm not, you know, worried about this car hemorrhaging me money. We can't lose on it. Scraps are probably about not much less than that, so we're not going to lose any money on it. It's just whether or not we can extract some more profit out of it. That's the main thing. Certainly not going to be retailing this car, because it's not the sort of thing that I would retail 2 litre petrol automatic, but he definitely wants trading on to someone. But it's not great that it's not starting. I mean, we'll just try again, make sure it's not a situation of it being cold. No. There we go. A bit easier that time, but not great. So what can we do to find out what's going on with this? Well, easy. We just need to rig up one of our new machines. Now, of course, we're going to be dealing with our good friends at TOPDON, who have sent me out this, the ArtiDiag 800 BT model. Yes, I'm impressed with this, aren't you? So, TOPDON, sponsors of the channel, lots of diagnostic equipment they sell, and the jump packs they sell as well, which we really rate as well. You've noticed them on the channel before. They are absolutely superb. But we've also had on the channel before the little baby machine. This is the ArtiDiag 600, so we've seen this before. Now this is an entry-level machine, but I mean, when I say entry-level, believe me, this is doing stuff that some £2 machines are doing. So when I say entry, don't take that you know, as it's amateur, because it's very, very good. There's a lot of stuff that it'll do. your general sort of OBD, obviously, do live data and all that, what you expect, but it's also doing actual in-depth manufactures, sort of specific programming special functions. It'll do oil resets, that will do DPF regens as well, throttle body adaptations, you do all your ABS, SRS, ABS bleeding as well. It's quite a lot of stuff that'll do. The brake calipers, send them back as well on certain cars. We have to send the brake calipers back on the rears. It's quite a decent machine, that as well. They even do some ignition system stuff and also a couple of keys as well, sort of key coding and immobilizer stuff. It's a really decent machine. They usually trade about 130 quid these. You will not find a better machine for less money. It's absolutely brilliant, and like I said, we've sold loads of them via the channel on the links through TOPDON, and I've had people asking me about them as well. So they're a great machine. We use this a lot. However, they have brought out another machine. They've got another machine, which is this one. This is the BT model. So this is the ArtiDiag 800. Slightly different. So this is non-wires on it. So it's actually got, I'll show you now, a separate little pop-out Bluetooth adapter. So that'll goes in the OBD socket, which we'll show in a minute. That'll light up, showing it's working, and then that'll correspond to this. So basically, you just got to do is use this tablet, and away you go. So you can, I mean, I could be sitting down now in the office and it will still work from this distance. It's got quite a decent range on it. It actually works quite far. You haven't got it near the car at all. Usually, like I said, some old sort of Bluetooth stuff, you'd be doing like a few meters away and it'd stop back up working. This is actually, I've used this in another room, no problems at all, works fine. So you haven't got messed about in the car or stuff like that. Handy when it's raining. It was raining the other day and I could sit in the doorway rather than having to sit in the car with the door half open. But nice old thing and very clear. Obviously, slightly more expensive machine this, we'll get to that in a minute, but for the value of it, honestly, unbelievable. This is stepping it up a gear. So this machine, obviously you're getting a better software on it, a little bit more easy to deal with. You're getting all the things that the ArtiDiag 600S will do, but this is also doing things like injector programming as well. In fact, I can show you some of the things actually this is doing. This is actually additional to the ArtiDiag 600 model. So we're getting air-fuel ratio mixes. We're doing ABS bleeding, which the 600 will do. We're doing AdBlue, so we're getting to actually deal with AdBlue cars. The 600 doesn't do that. So this is, if you've got any AdBlue issues, a lot of the Peugeots and stuff like that, they have these problems where they have the AdBlue sensors in the boot, and they have a lot of issues with them. This can read it, adapt it, program them and stuff like that. We're doing with AFS lights as well. We've got the start-stop batteries. Does the work on start-stops, doing testing and stuff like that. Sometimes when you put a new start-stop battery on some of the later cars, you have to reset the parameters on them. Again, that's useful. It's got DPF functions like the ArtiDiag 600S, but this has got more of it, so it's got more functions, more manufacturers it will actually do, so you're getting more content on there as well. You can use it for EGR adaptations as well, so if you need to put your EGR valves on, you need to reset them. Some of them, like Mercs and stuff in particular, got to reset them. Auto boxes, as well as this will go into auto box functions, mobilizer functions again, so it's going to do more mobilizer functions. The 600S will do some of them, but this is going to do more of them, more makes, more manufacturers. NOx sensors, again, they're important. They're an issue at the moment. A lot of cars having problems with NOx sensors. This will sort it out. Odometer reading, I haven't looked into that, but it claims it will do some odometer reading, so sort of mileage correction. Injectors, again, like I said, that's a big one. The 600S doesn't do injectors. Very common, a lot of cars these days, particularly diesels, where you get injectors, and most of them are coded now. To have a machine that will do coding on injectors is a godsend. That's great. That's one of the major things we'll be using this for. We've got suspension, air suspension, so like if you've got the Range Rovers and stuff, again, something like the 600S won't do. So this model now, the 800 BT, will do the suspension settings for anything like the Range Rovers. Again, useful, especially when we've got the wife's piece of crap we need to deal with. So when the suspension goes down, I can now scan it and see how much she's going to take out my pocket. We've got TPMS settings. The 600S will do some TPMS stuff, most of all the basic makes, but this has got a few more manufacturers on it, and again, a bit more in depth as well with some of the stuff you can do with it, sort of setting them up. It'll do window adaptations, daft as it sounds. Sometimes you have to do window setups when you change window regulators. You actually have to tell the car it's had a new regulator. Again, that's useful to have. Sunroof stuff as well. Some of them got sunroofs, so you can actually got, sometimes you put new sunroofs in, you've got to program them. That's how daft it's getting. But like I said, seat adaptations as well. You've got more coverage. It's just doing a lot more stuff. And again, you're paying for that fact that it's Bluetooth as well, so you don't have to have a wire with it. And it's just a bit more sort of simplistic to use, and also it's just a bit more, a bit more tech on it, should we say. But let me show you how it works. So we just literally got to plug this in here now. This is the OBD on these, sort of in the door. Get it right way around, Lee. There we go. Right, see, that's lighting up now. So we can tell with the middle light there, we've got power on. That's a bit of fault light, we've had a fault, but we haven't got any issues there. And that's the Bluetooth connectivity. So now, if we then, in fact, I'll jump in the car. Okay, so we've got the main screen, we're going to go into diagnostics. You can just go straight into OBD and that'll give you sort of generic codes. We want to get a bit more specific, and plus we want to scan more than sort of one module rather than just the engine itself. You can press auto search if you want to, or you can actually go into the actual manufacturer itself, and that'll give you sort of auto search or manual search. So you can actually go into each individual module, each individual model, and find out the exact model of the car, especially if it's ideal if you had an import, stuff like that, or it's a really niche model. Maybe not so much on BMWs, but other stuff in particular. Sometimes you get some import stuff that can be a bit difficult to find, like some Kias and Hyundais, particularly older ones. So you can actually go through and find literally everything it's ever made on. There's so many manufacturers listed on this car, it's unreal. But we can just click a check automatic search on this now. That'll pull this up straight away. Okay, so we've identified the car, we've got the chassis, we've got the mileage there as well. It's coming down at 94,000 miles, 157. It says 94,158. Oh, it's been clocked by 1 mile. What's happened there? I'm not going to worry about that. 320i, yeah, right on drive. There's date of construction, the N46 petrol engine. Beautiful. Press the old next button there. And then we can go into health report, system scan, or system selection. So if you want to try and actually scan individual sort of systems, so engine management, ABS, airbags, auto box, etc., we can go individually. However, because we've not scanned this car before and we've clearly got more than one issue going on, we're going to click on health report. That basically means it scans the entire lot. So that's going to go through now, and as we can see, it's a disaster. Absolute disaster. We've got red lights appearing everywhere, although I have to say we've got some green going on. Let's have a look now. So we're not going to worry too much about the windows and stuff like that at the moment or anything like that. We're just going to go deal with the main issues we've got. So CAS system, engine control module, I'm interested in looking at that, transmission control module, ABS, etc. So let's have a look first at the engine problem. You can actually enter and go into the codes directly and get live data, stuff like that, or we can just get the quick search there. So we just click down on that little arrow, it'll give us just the general issues we've got going on here. So we've got 3 issues. So we've got 2A19, tank venting valve. We've also got thermal oil level sensor, probably linked to the same issue, and then we've got crankshaft sensor issue as well, 24B5C. Now, this could be a number of issues. It might just be simple crank sensor. The M47 engine was common for having crank sensors go down on them. I've done them before on these, but they also suffer with Vanos problems as well, which I'm not too geared up on Vanos systems, I'll be honest with you, but I know they are problematic. So that could be something we need to address. I probably would go have a listen. I probably would be going to check the crank sensor, because I know they are temperamental on these, and this is showing signs basically of poor starting, which is going to be down to timing. Timing could be out, stretch chain could do that, Vanos problems could do that, but a faulty crank sensor or an intermittent crank sensor would definitely do that, and that's the cheapest thing to address, and it's a common issue. So we'll probably look at that as well. That probably wants a crank sensor on it. Transmission control module, let's have a look at that. No messages engine speed received from transmitter, DMA. Okay, so we've got no message from engine speed receiver transmitter, and then we've got a issue with engine management interface. Now, to be honest with you, if it's a good crankshaft sensor issue, which is what we've got here going on, a faulty crankshaft sensor will cause transmission problems with an auto box. It's going to cause it to be in limp mode. It's not going to run right. So what I think we do, rather than worrying about the actual transmission just yet, my main factor I want to deal with is to basically solve the issue with the starting problem, or at least attempt to. So I'm probably just going to throw a crank sensor on this, and we'll let you know in another video how we get on with it, because that's what it's pointing to directly, and then we can go back in, clear that code, see what it's like. If it starts okay and it's running better, we can then go from there, see what it goes for a drive. If it's okay, the transmission, see if the codes actually wipe, because they are sort of linked to each other. A faulty crankshaft sensor would cause a transmission not to run right and also go in limp mode. So we've also got, but again, moving off that, actually showing you the machine, what it's got covering here. I say we've got all different modules there. This is picking up. This is, picking up so many things. We've got control displays in there as well. We've got instrument cluster we can go into. We've got function clutch center. We've got tilt sensors for the seats. We've got parking sensors as well, the air conditioning. There's so many things we can get into here and actually and actually get live data from. So like I said, you're getting a lot more info out of this machine than you would do out of the 600. 600 is a great machine, don't get me wrong. If you're looking for an entry-level machine, you ain't going to get better than that. Trust me, there is nothing better than that machine. It is brilliant, and I've been using it, well, since we got it really. Only since we got this new one, we've actually been using it, to be honest with you, on more sort of technical things, really. Other than that, I just use that because it's just wired. It's just a bit easier on the battery. Like I said, this is a proper machine. Those of you who are sort of looking for a machine that's a bit more sort of a garage level, sort of a, you know, maybe a professional level, I would never need a machine better than this for what I do day to day. This is probably a little bit advanced for what I'm doing, well, with the odd exception, maybe the injectors and stuff like that, which we will do. So that's a useful bit of kit to have this, and I quite like the practicality of it being Bluetooth as well. So you've got a really good choice from TOPDON, what they offer. Like I said, the 600 or the 800, unbelievable value. I mean, the 600 is about 130 quid on promo at the moment. The 800 is just over 230 quid. Unbelievable value. I mean, that machine would have been like, honestly, a Bosch equivalent to this would have been 4 or 5 grand, like a KTS series machine a few years ago. That's the level we're talking about here. So that there is unbelievable value. Guys out there running garages and workshop, if you set yourself up a garage tomorrow and you need a machine and you're on a budget, buy that. Honestly, because this will do probably 90% of what you're going to need to do day to day in a proper working garage, and give you so much information, it's unreal. So like I said, they're both absolutely superb machines. I'll put the link in the description below, guys. Make sure you use our link. Make sure you buy it from the proper distributor in the UK. Don't chance it anywhere else, guys. You want to make sure you're getting the right machines, because obviously with some of the machines you get free updates as well. So you need to make sure you're getting it from the right vendor. So make sure you use our link, and also it's the best possible price as well. You're not going to find it cheaper, so buy it from the right vendor at the right price. So check out the 800BT on our link, and also the ArtiDiag 600S. Check out the link, guys. Get yourself one ordered. Brilliant gift. Brilliant for a home mechanic, brilliant for a professional mechanic. They've got machines for everyone. Check out TOPDON in the link description. So I'll let you know how I get on with that BMW. Oh, lastly, just show you as well, just a corner of my eye, Fiat 500. Just got the wheels back today from paint. A young lad who's been recommended to me for some paints and wheels. He's not done a too bad job. It wasn't very dear, to be fair, but the wheels on this were horrendous. This is the one you remember we bought from the auction a few weeks ago. And how on earth I didn't manage to notice the wheels were horrible. But they've come up well now. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're good enough, and I'm happy. For what I've paid, I ain't complaining. It's a nice young lad, and they've certainly improved them as well. So we can get these wheels back on now, because it looks like someone had pinched the wheels. It doesn't look great, does it? But that's a nice car, that. It'll make a good car. So we've done like 70,000 miles, and we're selling these easy, these Fiat 500s. Everyone wants them. Nice colour as well. So yeah, so that'll make a car, and finally we get them wheels on, we can actually get that in the workshop and start the process this week of getting that prepped. So that is this week's roundup. So thank you for watching this one, guys. I have got some more videos coming out this week. Got some interesting cars landing next week as well, which we'll cover in some separate videos. So thank you for watching again, guys. Make sure you check out our channel sponsor, TOPDON. Check out the new ArtiDiag 800BS, and also the good old faithful ArtiDiag 600S in the link description. Get yourself one ordered today, guys. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next video.